So I want number one, somebody who can win. And I realize there are plenty of your listeners out there right now saying, we need this, that, and the other.
Let me tell you what a lot of my listeners say. I've got a caller on hold right now who says that Trey Gowdy should run.
The greatest greatest characteristic I think I have, Mike, is self-awareness, and I love our country too much to ever be the president of it. I would be horrible. I might be a good district attorney, but
or attorney general.
I would love that in a Tim Scott, Paul Ryan administration. Right. But that is not my skill set. Here's what we need to do. This is what your listeners need to do. I'm going to Houston this weekend to talk about this. We need to persuade. We have won 1 out of the last 6 popular votes for president.
Right.
1 out of 6. That's a trend. So we need to go to people who may be disillusioned and disappointment because they bought into the hope and change, and we need to persuade them. And you don't persuade with insult, and you don't persuade with hypocrisy. We need to persuade, because what we're going to see in 2015 is you can have the House and the Senate, so you can block bad ideas, but you cannot meaningfully move the country forward unless you have the executive branch.
Right.
So we need to win.
Right. In a big way, and we've got to remember that with these inter-party battles. I mean, they make me crazy. Even with Mitt Romney putting his toe in the water, and I'm watching my colleagues blast him and all that. Listen, I may have my own personal views about who I'd like to see as the Republican nominee. I don't want to cut off the head already of whoever may be the GOP nominee, because that may be the person who we've got to back up against the Democrat in 2016. What are these people who are blasting people like Mitt Romney and others going to say if he becomes the nominee?
Well, you may very well see a fact pattern where you have a Lindsey Graham up on a stage in Iowa with Rand Paul.
Right.
They have very, very different views on foreign policy.
Right.
But I would like the supporters of each of those men come November to actually vote for the Republican candidate.
That's right. That's exactly my point.
I would rather have somebody I agree with 60% of the time than somebody I agree with 0% of the time.
Exactly. And so to battle and to fight the way we've been fighting internally, this has got to stop. And I think I think a lot of people are starting to get the message, don't you? I mean, I feel like the tide might be turning.
I hope so. One of my better friends in Congress is a guy named Mick Mulvaney,
yep.
and I was talking to Mick yesterday, and we cannot survive politically if 99 is a failing grade in politics.
That's right.
If you cast one vote, and all of a sudden 4 years of all of your work has gone for naught, and you're now a rhino, and you're now a sellout. I never made a 99 in school, but my sisters tell me that's an A. I mean, that's really good.
It sure is.
You can't require 100%.